I'm not saying I'm responsible for this country's longest run of uninterrupted peace in 35 years. I'm not saying that from the ashes of captivity, never has a phoenix metaphor been more personified. I'm not saying Uncle Sam can kick back on a lawn chair sipping an iced tea because I haven't come across anyone man enough to go toe to toe with me on my best day. It's not about me. It's not about you either. It's about legacy. The legacy left behind for future generations. It's not about us.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Real Screen Team. I'm Andrew Thomas. I'm here with fellow Iron Man Christopher Johnson.
Hello, everyone.
And we're continuing this road to Doomsday with Iron Man 2. The infamous one.
A very divisive film.
Yeah. But before we do that, make sure to find us on Facebook, the Real Screen Team. Where else?
You can also find us on Reddit, Instagram, TikTok, and Lemonade.
And make sure to like, comment, share our videos, and definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes, as we've been getting more subscribers. We're getting close to 300.
Yep.
Remember, once we reach 500, we can start get monetization, and at the same time, we'll finally open that Patreon. Do some special videos.
So, why don't you get to the overview?
Okay. And before I start, for everyone who has subscribed, thank you very much. We greatly appreciate it. Iron Man 2 is a 2010 superhero film based on the Marvel Comics character Iron Man. Produced by Marvel Studios and distributed by Paramount Pictures, it is the sequel to Iron Man and the third film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The film was directed by Jon Favreau and written by Justin Theroux. The film stars Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark / Iron Man alongside Gwyneth Paltrow, Don Cheadle, Scarlett Johansson, Sam Rockwell, Mickey Rourke, and Samuel L. Jackson. Due to contract disputes, Don Cheadle replaced Terrence Howard as James Rhodes. While the film was a financial success, grossing $623.9 million from a $170 to $200 million budget, critically the film was mixed with praise for the action sequences and the cast's performances, but the sequel story deemed the film as inferior for the first film. The film did receive an Academy Award nomination for Best Visual Effects. And synopsis. With the world now aware that he is Iron Man, billionaire inventor Tony Stark faces pressure from all sides to share his technology with the military. He's reluctant to divulge the secrets of his armored suits, fearing the information will fall into the wrong hands. With Pepper Potts and Rhodey Rhodes by his side, Tony must forge new alliances and confront a new enemy, vengeful Russian scientist Ivan Vanko.
Yeah, still think it's a good movie. It's not the worst MCU movie.
Yeah. I mean, compared to certain films.
Mainly later on, phases the current era.
Yeah. Looking back at this was much better than what a lot of people give it credit for.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not the first Iron Man.
Yeah.
No, it is not.
But
That
this was the first Iron Man I saw in theaters, so. Yeah.
dang, did I saw almost every film of Phase 1 in theaters. I think
Yeah.
the only one I missed was Thor.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that was my first MCU movie I saw, was this one.
Mm.
Yeah.
But why don't we get into the cast? Starting with the man himself, Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark / Iron Man. I mean, come on now. This man's getting a standing ovation for all three of these films. Get used to it. Still perfect as Tony Stark, and we actually get to see a bit more of the trials and tribulations that he has to deal with in this one. He's seriously dealing with his fear of mortality,
Yeah.
his fear of death.
Mm-hmm.
And a good chunk of that is because the arc reactor, while it is stopping the shrapnel, it's slowly poisoning him.
No, they're using the old one from the first one, since Stain took his current one.
Yeah, and it also blew up.
Yeah.
I would have thought he'd have time to make a new one.
Yeah.
I thought he had made a new one.
Yeah.
But the way that the arc reactor works, it's not supposed to be used, for an extended period of time
Mm-hmm.
in someone's body. So he's dealing with that, and he kind of starts going off the rails because of this whole situation. I mean, he already went through nearly dying in the previous film. What? 2-3 times?
Yeah.
So, the idea that the thing that's keeping him alive is killing him, it starts to affect him. Plus, on top of it, he also has to deal with a new adversary that has connections to his father. And he also still has issues with his father, who has been dead for how long now?
20-odd years, at least.
I think was it 1992 or 1993 that they died.
Maybe 93.
Oh, so this is roughly 16 to 17 years? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, a lot of unresolved issues there, so...
And he doesn't bother to tell anyone that he's dying.
No, because God forbid if you actually want to get help.
Although in the alternate opening, he did tell Pepper that he was dying, but she didn't believe him. And that was before he jumps off to go do the Stark Expo. The thing that we see in the trailer. That's basically what happened.
Which, that was phenomenal. That whole sequence.
Yeah, jumping all the way down.
While Shoot the Thrill was playing.
Yeah.
And we pretty much get to see, him de-suit to then do the presentation, the whole intro to the whole expo. Because, I mean, what, is it going on for like a week or a month?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so he doesn't bother to tell anyone and decides to go do drastic things like go by joining in a car race since he's dying, giving the business to Pepper.
Yeah, and then when he's at his lowest, just decide to have, an absolute rager in his home,
Yeah.
and him getting absolutely drunk.
And start fighting, eating his own best friend
Yeah.
while Robot Rock's playing.
Though it would have made a little bit more sense if Daft Punk themselves were
Yeah,
there
yeah.
as the DJ.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yep. Of course, he gets some sense knocked into him from Nick Fury and Shield. And we
Yeah.
find out what happened after the post-credit scene. He declined the whole bit.
So you're saying that Iron Man is approved, but I'm not approved, but I am Iron Man.
Yep, that's the end of. Well, that happens at the end of the movie. Which in the end doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
The first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Even though they do reference at the beginning of the movie.
But it's actually great to really see, Downey get to show the full range.
Yep. And he gets turned on by his new assistant,
Which we'll get into.
which she doesn't help much either when she's undercover. She kind of starts him on the rager.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yet
So
it somehow
how come she has the right to say that he's not suitable to be an Avenger?
Yeah, that one's on her. And in the end, he actually gets a sidekick with War Machine
Yes.
after the dealings with Hammer and Vanko. And actually finally getting to kiss Pepper
Yeah.
after so long.
God, how long of a delay was that?
At least a couple of months, maybe a year.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's weird the timeline of events
Yep.
with these films.
Yep. But yeah, I do like his regular suit still. His regular Iron Man suit is the Mark III. It's got much more shinier.
Well, I think it's the Mark IV
Mark
at this
IV,
point.
yeah.
But I really love the Mark V.
Yeah. Like it during the race car fight.
Yeah, where he just decides that, oh, no. Instead of the professional driver that's driving the car that the company is invested in, I'm going to drive the car.
Mhm. And nearly gets himself killed.
And I think at least a couple drivers got seriously injured, or they actually died.
Yep. Yeah, I do like that suit up scene.
Yeah, it's a suitcase that turns into the suit,
Mhm.
which is so awesome. It sucks that he didn't find other unique
Mhm.
things to do that before he got the nanotech.
Mhm.
So many missed opportunities of secretly
Mhm.
full suit.
Mhm.
And that poor suit got washed.
Yeah.
He wasn't prepared.
No. Well, his Mark IV did better in what he actually did. Help fight Bonko in it at the Stark Expert.
That was the Mark VI.
Mark VI.
The Mark VI
Yeah.
with the new arc reactor.
And he actually finds a new element thanks to a videotape with his dad.
Yeah,
Being the Walt
because
Disney of it all.
his dad, weirdly enough, kind of knew some of this would end up happening
Mhm.
in the future. So yeah, he inspired Tony to find a true solution to his problem.
Yeah.
And he literally created a new element to add to the periodic table.
Yeah. And it tastes like coconut.
Hey! But I digress. Yes. How many things in theoretical physics has this man utterly just utterly wrecked,
A lot.
or literally made, instead of theoretical physics, just physics?
A lot. Now we make him much more in the MCU. Yep, but let's get to the other supporting cast.
I guess the lady in his life?
Yeah.
Pepper Potts, played by Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah. Tough.
I mean, don't get me wrong, she's good, always playing this character, but she's a part of that situation that I talked about in the first film. She's causing way too much issues that are adding on to the other issues in Tony's life that no wonder this man ends up dealing with, his adaptation of Demon in a Bottle.
Yep. Well, Ellen doesn't tell her, although he did tell her in the lead scene that we see in the trailer where she throws his helmet. Yep. But instead he just hands it over to her because he's dying at the time.
And plus, with all the situations that happen in the first film, why would you not believe him?
Yeah.
Remember, you literally had to plug the freaking arc reactor into his chest.
Mm-hmm.
And you already know that thing is keeping him from dying due to shrapnel.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you question this? Because him bringing up ideas of mortality, the thing that he has issues with, he wouldn't bring that up for nothing or bring it up as a joke. No. Especially after what we end up seeing him deal with in the first Avengers film and then the sequel to this.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why does he... I know he loves this woman, but this woman, just like Mary Jane Watson and a few others, just caused so much unneeded stress to the hero.
Then she hires Natalie, which makes things even worse.
Yeah, and then you gonna feel some type of way over the fact that now there's another assistant, and he's essentially having that meme of woman walk by. They go and try to make you feel some type of way. They go and try to make you feel some type of way. God. Ratomi Kwan knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, was there anything truly positive this woman did in this whole film?
Other than
stopping Justin Hammer.
that was it. Other than that, she just stayed mad at Tony for all of the reckless things he did.
And causing unnecessary stress.
Yep. They even tried to apologize by giving her stuff that she was allergic to, strawberries.
Oh, that's just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Strawberries are delicious. That's my favorite flavor. And you can't have it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, but in the end they do hook up.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Leads to a long, turbulent relationship.
Turbulent is, that's a nice way of saying it. Mm-hmm. Things didn't truly become stable until he met and started mentoring Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it finally got, truly stable.
Yeah. But let's talk about the other supporting casts.
Okay. Well, the best friend. Colonel James Rhodey Rhodes. Now, War Machine. played by Don Cheadle. Yeah. Ike Perlmutter and several other executives within Marvel and their divisions thought that no one would notice that Don Cheadle had replaced Terrence Howard. Yeah, no one noticed that the dark-skinned guy replaced the light-skinned guy. Do they really think people are that stupid?
No.
Hmm?
Apparently, so yeah.
We are not a monolith. We all aren't the same. Just like how other races of people are in different shades, so are we.
Mhm.
But Don Cheadle did do a good job with what he was given.
Even though he's much more of a dick in this one.
Yeah.
In his first appearance, they make him a dick as Rhodey.
Yeah.
He gets better, but
It would've-
this appearance was kind of would have turned a lot of people off who missed Terrence.
Yeah, for some reason, the chemistry between Downey and Terrence just worked better.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have made more sense with him kind of starting to go at odds with Tony in this situation. But now you got a whole nother actor that brings a whole different type of chemistry, and they're trying their best to work, make that work.
Yeah.
I mean, in the end, it does work,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not the same.
Yeah.
And that's not on Don Cheadle or Downey's fault. Both are phenomenal actors. Both are, Academy nominated and winning actors. Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't know. I think it's the writing.
Yeah. Of course, his introduction as Rhodey is the government scene.
Yeah.
When Tony's interrogated by the government.
Yeah, we're just thrust into the idea that he's Rhodey now. But I thought, what?
Mm-hmm. And have be made to read one certain line that he said by the senator, and then the next time we see him is a bit at Tony's workshop when he's trying to hide that he's dying. And then he gets pissed off when Tony goes full drunk, party animal.
Yeah.
And he decides to steal one of his suits, which ends up becoming Proto War Machine. And they do end up having that fight.
Lord have mercy.
Until he gets a slight improvement from Hammer Tech after he steals the suit, borrows the suit.
Define slight improvement.
Other than the look of the missile that's about.
I mean, yeah. I mean, freaking turret on your shoulder is pretty awesome. Some of the other weaponry, yeah, but also, bro, why would you even give?
Gave it to the military, who gave it to Hammer, who was supporting it.
Is that the reason why Armor Wars was supposed to be his story?
Pretty sure.
Because of the fact that he actually let Justin Hammer have, actually let Hammer do stuff involving Stark's tech?
Yep.
My God. Yeah, it actually would have worked as Rhodey's story. It still should be Tony's.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I can actually see that working.
And right now it's still delayed.
Is it really ever going to happen?
Don't know. Right now they're saying delay. It's either movie or TV show. Can't make up its mind. They can't make up their mind whether it's going to be.
How old is Don Cheadle?
He's like 50 or 60, so.
I think by the time that film would happen, he would have already been retired out of the role.
Yeah.
Again, half this cast is going to be recast.
Mm-hmm.
Half of Marvel's going to be recast. So,
Of course, his War Machine suit ends up getting controlled by Vanko
yeah.
and ends up terrorizing all Stark Expo
Yeah.
to try to kill Tony.
Yeah.
Until finally an ally finally gives him back his control. And they end up double teaming to fight Vanko.
With one of the best back-to-back scenes ever recorded on film.
Using the hand lasers.
And also freaking, guns.
Yeah. To go kill Vanko.
Well, destroy all of the other suits, then fight Vanko.
Yep. By doing the same thing that they did when he was drunk.
Yeah. Lord have mercy. But hey, like I said, Don Cheadle did do his best with what he was given. Now, do we go into the other people working around Tony?
Yeah.
Okay. Trusted bodyguard or the new hire?
The trusted bodyguard.
Okay. Harold Happy Hogan, played by Jon Favreau.
He gets more to do in this one.
Yes, and we actually get to see him throw hands.
Albeit to one bodyguard.
Well, yeah. I mean, how is he supposed to know that the new hire could do lucha libre moves and have hidden weaponry?
Yep. Then of course, he also gets beat up during Tony's training session for both Tony and the new hire.
Well, yeah. I mean,
although I don't think Jon Favreau, the actor/director, didn't mind with that. But the character,
taking an armbar from Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah.
I mean, that cross arm breaker.
Yeah. Yep. So it was good for him to go give himself more to do.
Yeah.
Being the director.
Yeah, because he didn't really have too much to do in the first film.
He practically did nothing, other than tell Tony if the girl's hot or not.
And drive him.
Yeah. This time he's going out on missions with the new hire while she's undressing and almost causing an accident.
And he's the one actually carrying the Mark V suitcase.
Yeah. The beginning of Happy doing a lot of stuff for the MCU.
Yeah. Actually being a truly trusted bodyguard and assistant.
Yep. So let's go about the new hire.
Natasha Romanoff, a.k.a. Black Widow, played by Scarlett Johansson.
Mm-hmm.
Do we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, it's not completely there.
Yeah.
I think it truly started to hit and kept hitting by Avengers.
Yeah.
But she was starting to show her greatness in this role.
This was the first proto Avengers movie with her.
Yeah.
Yep. She ends up getting. Yeah, she comes out in her alias Natalie.
Yeah.
Who also did the modeling work.
So, is this a callback to how they first met?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the comics.
Yep.
Yeah, her working undercover, only to find out, she a spy.
Yep. Of course, she...
Though she's not working for the Soviets.
No.
She's working for S.H.I.E.L.D.
And she doesn't have a Russian accent, like Black Widow does. And she never gets the Russian accent at all. in these movies.
I mean, how do they explain these things of people just losing accents or not gaining accents?
Yeah.
Seems like the only people they actually got to keep their accents are like Thor and Loki.
Yep.
And Wanda when she goes into full Scarlet Witch mode.
Yep. But until then, she doesn't have much to do.
Though, I mean, her fight with some of the Hammer Tech people.
And she was also really hot in her first appearance.
Yes, this is a given. It's Scarlett Johansson.
Of course, she was all. This was after her Lost in Translation movie with Bill Murray.
Mm-hmm. Was he a dick to her?
I haven't really read the information on that yet.
Why is he like that?
I don't. But yep, she's there to.
Was she still with Ryan Reynolds, or had they already divorced?
I think they already divorced by this point.
Huh. I wonder who won the I'm Prettier war.
Yeah. But she mainly is there to look sexy and seductive to Tony.
Yeah.
Although she doesn't help much with Tony's. Since she knows Tony's dying, she decides, hey, go take a drink, Tony.
Yeah,
Party.
yeah, live a little. If you're going out, go out in a blaze of glory. While at the same time, you're secretly taking notes on whether or not he's suitable to be a part of the Avengers Initiative. Was she testing him, or was she sabotaging him?
I say sabotaging him.
Why? Because
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna need him for stuff.
Yep. Of course.
You know what this man is capable of. He made a new element on the periodic table. He built a suit in a cave with a box of scraps.
Of course, he doesn't find out that she's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent until after the hangover. At the donut shop with Nick Fury.
I do love the scene of him sitting in the donut.
Yeah. Then,
Sir, I'm gonna need you to step out of the donut.
then you're fired. Of course, she's just mad at him for just because of nothing really. Well, there's a deleted scene where they actually flirt more during his drunken birthday party.
Oh.
Yeah, he lets her use the gauntlet, which is one of the photos that is seen on the DVD stuff. Yep. There's like, yep.
So instead of letting one of the various groupies there,
he shows her how to use one of the hands to fire. Yet for flirtation in the lead scene. Yet
for potential. Oh Lord.
for their flirting.
Yeah, for bad things that end up happening.
Yeah.
Think about how much you're gonna have to pay for anything that's broken to be fixed.
And she does take down Hammer. She stiff arms him.
Yeah. Yeah. She did more to try to help than Pepper.
Yep. Even though she's still want to recommend Tony to be part of the Avengers. But let's talk about.
Seriously, did anyone actually try to make Tony's life easier while he was going through this crisis?
I say Jarvis. Let's talk about Jarvis.
Yes. Paul Bettany as the voice of Jarvis.
The only one other than S.H.I.E.L.D. that knew that Tony was dying.
Yes, and the one actually trying to be moral support and a voice of reason.
And he wasn't quite as snarky as he was in this one.
Yes, because he cared about he cared about Master Stark.
Yep. So yeah, he.
Though part of me does wonder with Jarvis, is he just based off of Edwin,
Yeah.
or is he like some sort of semblance of
I-
his consciousness made into an AI?
I think we're gonna find out on Vision Quest.
Yeah, because
Since Edwin Jarvis will be appearing in there, so we get
so
to
we're
find
actually going to see Bettany
Yeah.
be Edwin Jarvis.
Well, we get to see the old other Jarvis from Agent Carter,
Oh,
the one that we saw in Endgame. He'll be there.
well, yeah, that was Bettany.
Yep. No, that wasn't Bettany. That was James E. Darcy.
I could have sworn
No,
that was
that-
Bettany, along with Howard Stark.
No, that wasn't Bettany.
But it sounded just like him, though.
That's not Bettany. You have to
Huh.
watch Agent Carter because he appears in Agent Carter.
Okay. Okay. Huh.
Yep. Yep.
Well, yes, questions need to be answered. But, yes, Jarvis being the loyal AI butler combination that he is. Yes, being the voice of reason. And I think he also... Did he help Tony with the schematics of making the new element?
I think so.
Yeah. See, at least there was something there being a positive support.
Yeah.
While everyone else around him, besides Happy, causing much more issues.
Let's talk about the Shield members.
Okay. The director himself
Yeah.
or the agent?
Well, the agent first.
Okay. Agent Phil Coulson, played by Clark Gregg.
He's
Once again, still fantastic.
and also a very minor role.
Yeah.
He's just there to say a few lines, to guard Tony, threatening to taser him
Yeah.
before he goes back to the desert for Thor movie.
Yeah, because, he has, was it Nevada or Arizona that the hammer landed?
I'm thinking Nevada.
Yeah, because, like, in the middle of being that guard, he got that call
Yeah.
that, you need to go. Something just landed on Earth.
Yep. So he's just there for a bit, then he shows up for the post-credit scene, the first post-credit scene I watched in theaters. That part I knew because people told me that there was a post-credit scene, so I saved for the post-credit scene
Yeah.
where he sees the hammer, where the hammer makes a cameo.
Yeah.
But let's talk about. We get to see more of Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury,
Yay.
and he actually gets credited this time
Yay.
with the special "and" as credit.
As he should.
hmm
He's Samuel L. Jackson.
Yep, like we said, his first scene is the donut scene.
And essentially runs it like the true colonel that he is.
Yep. Of course, he also mentions the Thor thing happening in Nevada.
Yeah.
That's the reason that he didn't like coming back from Nevada to come all the way to go help Tony.
Yeah, yeah. He was busy dealing with, crazy Norse mythology actually being fact.
Mm-hmm.
I need to deal with that, not dealing with what you're dealing with. You are a genius. You figure it out.
Yep. And he talks about Tony's father being a member of Shield, and that's all he says. Well, your father was a member of Shield. What? I'm going to go now.
I mean, heck, did Howard practically help found S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah. Yeah. Found it with Peggy Carter.
Which is weird because hasn't it always been established that Nick Fury helped establish Shield in the comics?
Yeah, but they decided to move it later for next. So he's just one of the guys who just moved up and
In rank.
yeah,
He went from being an agent to being director.
yeah,
Huh. And then when we find out what happened to Shield, he ends up making Sword, which is essentially Space Shield.
and also there to show Tony some of the footage in Shield, like what's happening with the Incredible Hulk movie. Even though he won't meet the Hulk as the same actor,
Yeah.
and also kind
Though
of
he did tell Thunderbolt Ross about the Avengers Initiative.
yeah, which I think happens after his scene with Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So he's like, where Nick Fury's like, yep, Iron Man's recommended, but you're not.
Yeah, but of course you're not going to let anyone else... He's not going to let anyone else pilot the suit.
Yeah.
No.
Of course, let's talk about the bad guys.
The inventor and businessman, or the guy that just feels like killing?
Well, the inventor / business guy who has no smarts.
Yeah. Justin Hammer, played by Sam Rockwell. Much interesting version of Hammer.
Yeah. It was my introduction in the MCU. Didn't realize he was an old man. In the
Yeah.
comic.
I mean, he had beef with Howard
Mm-hmm.
that led to beef with Tony, not just beef with Tony.
Yep. And his first scene's also the
And-
congressional scene.
Yeah. Which I know it's probably to poke fun at him, but why would you let Hammer have his own presentation at your expo? Knowing how much of an issue he can be?
Yeah. And he does his dance, which they do.
I mean, hey.
And we get to
He
talk-
used pick up the pieces by the average white band. Come on now, that's fantastic music right there.
Yeah.
Those Irish boys knew how to play some funk.
And even What If shows that dance from Stark Expo when he does the Die Hard in Christmas in Avengers Tower.
Did they play pick up the pieces?
Now they just show him dancing to pick up the pieces.
Oh, come on.
With Sam Rockwell reprising his role. Oh yeah, so we get to talk about Sam Rockwell again in April with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990.
Huh.
Since we get to see his very earliest movie debut in that movie.
Continuity.
Yep. Before he became this big star. Yep, he decides to go team up with Vanko because he liked that Vanko took down Tony.
Yeah, and also finding out that, oh yes, this man also has beef with Stark like I do.
And
But different reasons.
yep. Well, he was also trying to get on Stark because he was dating the girl he slept with.
Yeah, that can also make you want beef when, your rival ends up taking your girl.
Yeah.
And
And she's still more interested in what he's doing than what you're talking about. Played by his
Yeah.
actual girlfriend, Leslie Bibb. They even make reference to that. Pepper's still salty about it.
why? You weren't even with him yet.
Yeah.
You weren't even with him yet. Why are you mad?
But yeah, he gets beat. Yep. But we teams up with Vanko, and then we mostly see him most of the movie build the War Machine, which he doesn't know that
messing up.
Yeah, and that Vanko is going to be using it against him and everyone else. And in the end,
And was it War Machine himself, or was it one of the other piloted, well, AI suits that was going to shoot a young child that little did we know?
it was one of the AI.
Yeah. Which we'll get into a bit later.
Yep. And then he goes away. That we
Got arrested.
Yep. We only see him in the MCU shorts. In jail. He was with Trevor for a while.
So how many years did he get?
Don't know. The only time he able to break out was What If. He was only able to break out for What If. For the Die Hard Happy episode.
So then again, that does make me wonder, is he still orchestrating Hammer Tech while in prison, or is someone else running Hammer Tech, and that's the reason why some of his weapons are in the streets?
Don't know. Maybe we'll find out.
I mean, that, yeah, that missile didn't work that time, but it ended up working pretty well to seriously injure Luke Cage.
Yep. But let's talk about Vanko himself, the composite character.
Ah, yes. Ivan Vanko, a.k.a. Whiplash, played by Mickey Rourke.
This was after his...
No, I gotta give him credit on this one. I mean, this was him post Academy Award nomination for The Wrestler, which we are reviewing at some point. Dang it. If I had to go through the heartbreak of seeing what happens to wrestlers out of their prime, you gotta watch it too. Plus, Marissa Tomei. Marissa Tomei. I know you want to see that.
Yeah. Yeah. So this was after The Wrestler. He gets a special with credit in the opening credits, which is one of the few times the MCU actually puts their credits in the opening in the movie form that aren't Guardians. The other one was Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, why do they do that? Why is it always give us the credits at the end?
Just so because people just want to see the movie and then see it afterward.
Yeah, true.
So,
but I guess that's the reason why we get the dramatic Marvel Studios sting at the beginning.
Yeah. But let's get to Vanko. Yeah. Yep, he gets to watch the TV of Tony announcing he's Iron Man. With his father dying.
Yeah, because his father also worked with Howard Stark, and Howard found out that Mr. Vanko was working on more nefarious things. So he got excommunicated out of S.H.I.E.L.D., lost pretty much everything, certification of being a doctor. He was completely and utterly excommunicated.
Like you said before, he's a composite character.
Yes, because he's not just Whiplash. He's also Crimson Dynamo. I mean, the name Vanko is connection to Crimson Dynamo. Yeah, essentially the Soviet Union's version of Iron Man. So, yeah, they decided to take Whiplash, who was, more of an American criminal that used to work for Tony and had developed, the electric conducted whips, and they decided to mix it with Crimson Dynamo's backstory and where he's from. But it works.
He gets information from the Ten Rings briefly.
Yeah.
Before he goes to Morocco and attacks Tony.
Yeah. Plus, I think Mickey Rourke did decent with the Russian accent. Plus, he also, I like the fact that he showed that, he's not just a thug. He's smart.
Yep.
He's very smart.
He knows that Tony's dying. And representing his face, even in a prison cell.
Yeah. I like the fact that for quite a bit, he's a few steps ahead of Tony.
Yep. Although he didn't expect to be broken out by an incompetent individual by faking his own death and killing a couple guards on the way.
Yeah.
And then asking for the bird.
I want my bird.
I think not getting the right bird, he ends up killing the bird in like a deleted scene.
Oof.
Yeah, so, yeah. And then he ends up using all of Hammer Tech against Stark.
Yep.
Including Rhodey.
And even made a special Crimson Dynamo-esque suit to go along with his whips.
Yeah.
Plus, I love how I love the fight in Morocco.
Yeah.
Those whips were devastating.
Especially to Tony's suit.
Yeah, that's the first time Tony takes an L.
Yeah.
That's the first time he takes an L.
Mm-hmm.
Has there...
Yeah.
Well, I guess the fight with Thanos was kind of an L.
Yeah.
That was a collective L, though.
Yep, but... Yep. In the end, he ends up dying with some detonators.
Yeah.
Even though, alternate ending, he held Pepper hostage. So Tony had to go save her for the final fight to happen there more in Stark Expo.
I mean, what did Gwyneth refuse to be a damsel in distress?
No, it was because Marvel wanted to get more connected with the Avengers part of it.
Nah.
And not make it more centered on the Iron Man.
But the first movie.
Yeah, I know.
Success. You made this movie because while Incredible Hulk was a good movie, it didn't make the money, so you rushed this one.
Yeah, so they had to make Favreau reshoot the ending. And reshoot a couple other stuff to make sure that, yes, it's building into something bigger.
I mean, fortunately, it did work out in the end,
Yeah.
but yes, the stuff like that are the reason why the story gets muddled.
Yep. But let's get into the good.
I mean, yes, a good portion of the plot is actually really good.
Yep.
And it's actually a decent, if not sterilized, adaptation of one of Iron Man's greatest stories, Demon in a Bottle.
Yeah.
Though we didn't necessarily get to see all the things that end up making him an alcoholic. And I don't even think he truly became an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
But it was keeping with the spirit of the story. Of course, the acting. I mean, Robert Downey Jr., fantastic as always. Mickey Rourke, fantastic. Does not get enough credit. Don Cheadle did good with what he had. Sam Rockwell, you have to give him. He had charisma. Mm-hmm. He truly had charisma. I wouldn't. There's a reason why he ends up being recurring in various things. And Gwyneth Paltrow, despite being an issue to the story.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Samuel L. Jackson and Scarlett Johansson. I mean, just the action.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Man versus Whiplash the first time. Tony versus Rhodey in Tony's home. Iron Man and War Machine versus all of the Hammer Tech robots, and then Whiplash. Well, the Hammer drones and Whiplash. The suits. I love the fact that we get to see more continual upgrades to the suits. Yes, we do get to see Mark IV, which very nice. Though I think that is probably the version of the suit that we have seen the less out of all of his suits, Mark IV. Yeah, he only flew it in the intro and we never see it again. Huh. But Armor 5, Mark 5, the suitcase suit, I love that suit. And then Mark 6, powered by the new element. And the triangle shape. Though, is that the only suit he ever used with the triangle shape?
I believe so.
Huh. I guess he really wanted to push the whole I created a new element. And of course, the War Machine suit.
Yep.
I love that suit. I do. I mean, every robot suit needs to have a freaking minigun turret on their shoulder. The cameos. John Slattery
Yeah.
as Howard Stark.
Another recurring role.
Yes.
He does show up in Ant-Man and in Avengers Endgame and in Captain America Civil War. Although he's one of two Howard Starks
Yes.
who does recur. So there's another Howard Stark that recurs when we discuss the first Avenger.
It would have been cool if we had seen Howard Stark. Howard Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's who I grew up to be.
Only without the Brooklyn accent.
Gary Shandling
Yeah.
as United States Senator Stern.
I remember from the Gary Shandling show when he did a comedy, when he had his own comedy show for HBO, the Gary Shandling show. So it was weird for me seeing him play the bad guy.
And a guy that absolutely hates Tony Stark to the point that he legit swore on live television and on C-SPAN.
Yeah. They had to censor his cussing.
Did they know he was actually gonna cuss?
I think Jerry actually improvised that part from the Favreau commentary.
I mean, hey, he's a comedian, so
Yep.
it makes sense. Of course, our Stan Lee cameo.
Yep. During the montage after his first appearance in the Expo, going out away from the crowd, having women hit on him.
It's great seeing Stan Lee. I miss him so
Yeah.
much. Olivia Munn as Chess Roberts.
Yep. She actually would have had more to do in the movies, the Iron Man 3 for Iron Man 2. She would have been appearing more in the party.
Oh. Kate Mara as the process server.
Yeah. She was a process server for a brief time before she went to Fantastic. They found Olivia Munn going to X-Men Apocalypse.
God, they both got a raw deal, huh?
Yeah.
Did we bring up the...
Yeah, well, Elon Musk does make a cameo briefly.
Before we found out kind of the more troubling aspects about him.
Yeah.
Why does he get credit with things when he didn't even create Tesla? He bought it.
No.
Yeah, but this was an Elon Musk that people actually liked before he got weird and took over Twitter and things got concerning. I think that man's using drugs. him and Zuckerberg are using drugs. And of course, the late great Adam Goldstein, or should we forever know him as DJ AM. Fantastic DJ and producer. And unfortunately, he passed away before the film's release, so the film was dedicated to him.
Yeah. Actually, he used his own mixes. That's what he did for the songs during that fight. That was actually his.
One of those mixes were actually used in DJ Hero.
Mm-hmm.
Which he was a character in, and they made a special collector's set, which I own, in honor of him.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Everything's connected. Of course, Tony's reconciliation with his father
But he still hates him.
Yeah, there's still tension. It's not until he gets that face-to-face with him that he's finally able to fully let it go. I mean, at least he knows here that his father loved him.
Yeah.
Despite their issues, he always will love Tony. The continuation of Tony and Pepper's romantic relationship, which, despite some issues, we do get to see it grow. And the good introduction to Black Widow with some true comic book accuracy. Mm-hmm. Now the bad.
Yeah.
There was too much Justin Hammer. There should have been more Vanko.
I do agree.
And also Rhodey causing troubles. Pepper causing troubles. Tony not being upfront about the arc reactor killing him. And the U.S. government causing too many issues. Why would they employ Justin Hammer? Why would you have Rhodey steal the suit? You committed theft. You committed theft. But there is one other actually good thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that young child that Iron Man saved from that hammer drone. Little did we know that was a young Peter Parker.
Yep. And if they didn't get the rights for Spider-Man, share the rights with Sony for Spider-Man, he would have been someone else.
Yeah, but now we actually get to see a greater connection of why Spider-Man was an absolute fanboy of Iron Man. Mm-hmm. And why he was so proud to essentially be his protege. Mm-hmm. But I guess now the scores.
Yeah, I give this an 8 out of 10. It's alright. I like the Nick Fury scenes. I like the fight scenes. Like the introduction of Black Widow. It's just the stories. Not that great.
Gonna have to agree with you. Give it an 8 out of 10. Mm-hmm. It does not deserve the bad rep that it gets. It actually is a pretty good film. Of course, yes, it's inferior to its predecessor, but a very nice companion piece. Very nice companion piece.
But before we go, we're almost done with Iron Man.
Yes, as we tackle the third and final film. Is it also considered divisive?
Yeah.
Yeah. The divisive Iron Man 3.
But one rolls out.
Oh, sure. Well, thank you all for watching. Definitely come back and watch us again. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, and click the post notification bell so you're updated with all of our upcoming videos. Well, cut, print, that's a wrap.